Yeah, go ahead.
Alright. Living in Coon Rapids. Running around with my buddies up there. I don't want to mention their names because there's some of them still alive. If you got that on there, I'd get in trouble. Maybe. But anyway, there was 4 of us. And I was the youngest at the time. And
how old were you?
Pretty young, 14. And well, 13 really when I first started running around with them. And no, hell no, I was 12 when I started running around. We moved up there in 1947 or 48 it was when we moved to Coon. That's when the parent stock of the Highline chickens, they was working on it.
You mean 37?
Yeah, 37. And my dad, of course, that dad was born and raised up there, and they offered him a job, so we went up to Coon, and Lloyd stayed. Lloyd come up with us. He went to school up there, and Junior, my oldest brother, he come up there for a while, and then the Japs bombed Pearl Harbor, and the war started. And Junior, my oldest brother, he I think he enlisted with us. One of his buddies, they come to Des Moines, and he went in the Navy, and he spent most all of the war on a, what was he on? I can't even remember what kind of a ship he was on. It was a small combat ship. I forget what they called it. And,
a PT boat or something?
No, it was
a destroyer or
the small one.
Frigate?
Destroyer what it was. Yeah, the destroyer boat. What it was on. And I think the name of it was the Heinzelman was the boat.
My camera's running out of juice. It's not completely out, but it's down to 25%. So what happened when the night you guys decided to pull a caper off when you were...
Well, I run around with these guys. I knew them up there. And my folks moved back to Des Moines. And anyway, the leader of my group, I won't tell you his name, he said we're going to get rich. So he told us what we was going to do, and we went in the Southside Pool Hall. And
in Coon Rapids?
Yeah, and he went in first. He held a newspaper up in front of the guy that owned the place, and 3 of us went in, and we grabbed the safe, carried it outdoors, and put it on the guy that went in there first, put it on his granddad's Model T truck, and he come out. We got in the truck and went out to Wilson Hill, Coon Rapids, and spent the rest of the day trying to get in the safe. We couldn't get in it, so Meisty, I'll tell you his name, he pushed it. We pushed it down the hill. It bounced down the hill all the way. And all it done was break the handle off. And so we went back to town. I was living with my Uncle Bean and my grandma. And the next morning, Bean got me up, and the sheriff showed up, sheriff of Carroll County, and he had another officer with him, and I got in their car. There was one of my buddies that I'd been with when we took the plane from the
pool hall.
Yeah, the pool hall, and so we went back out to Wilson Hill. That was the name of the hill we was on, which is south of Coon, south and a little bit east. And the sheriff told us to go down and carry it back up. I forgot the part there that when we couldn't get in the safe, we carried it over to the edge of Wilson Hill and rolled it down the hill. And that broke the handle off it and didn't open it.
Right.
So we didn't get any money out of it. And anyway, the sheriff told us to get down and bring it back up to the top, which took us most of the day of wrestling that thing up the hill. When we got it up the hill, the sheriff took us back to Coon. We carried it back in the pool hall, and he took us to let's see, he took it to Ronnie Mingus' house, and Freeman Mingus' dad was there. And told him to watch us, and we did. And pretty soon my Uncle Bean come and got me. No, we stayed the night there, one night. Then the next day, Bean come and got me, and took me back to Grandma's house, and I spent a night there. He got me before we spent the night, and the next morning Bean got me up early, and said, told me to get up, and I did, and told me to come out and get in the car. And I asked Bean where we was going. I asked Unc where we was going, and he told me to find out. And we went to Guthrie Center, and we got to Guthrie, and he pulled up. It was a recruiting station. Went inside, and Bean walked up with me and said, this guy wants to join up, and I'll sign for him. I'm his, what do you call it, caretaker, or whatever it was. And so Bean signed me up, and I went in the Marine Corps.
And you were how old?
I was 14. And that was it.
And so you was on ended up on a ship? I mean, where'd you go for boot camp?
Boot camp was California. Southern California. I can't even think of it now.
Oh, California, huh?
Yeah. And
How long was he in
I
boot?
should never, I'll know it if I hear it. It's the only one there.
Yeah, I'm not really familiar with him either. Was it Bragg or something?
No. No, I'd have to. I can't remember shit anymore.
How long was boot camp anyway?
I don't really remember. It was quick. Probably, I'm guessing at 3 months. And that'd be just a guess. And,
Then he got on the ship right away, or?
well, yeah, I went through and qualified. I qualified as an expert on the rifle range. And we went and we was in where the hell did we stop? We stopped at an island in the Pacific, and then we regrouped and went to off the coast of Okinawa and went in and I was the beach masters. That's the guy that waves in the landing craft. We went in at night, and I was assigned the job of keeping him alive.
Was that like the first wave or the second wave, or?
That's for the first wave to come in, and we went in at dark, and
that was Okinawa.
Okinawa.
Yeah.
And the landing craft come in. See, the beach master had to look out in the ocean to bring in the landing craft.
Right.
And he had to stand up.
Wave them in or something,
Yeah.
or?
And he done a good job.
So then, what did you do? You just stood next to him or something, or?
No, I turned the other way toward the inland to keep some gook from shooting him in the back.
Okay.
Because they.
So you just basically stood behind him and then shot whatever.
No, I wouldn't stand behind him. I was down and he was standing and I was watching. That was my job to watch him. And.
So you would be behind him on the ground just shooting at anything that you saw?
Yep. And the landing craft come in and we done all right.
So did he end up getting shot, or did he?
Nope.
Was there a lot of beach masters, or is this one there?
Oh no, there's several beach masters. But he was mine, and so anyway, that was the landing, and then.
How long did you stay on Okinawa then?
I would guess. I don't know how long it was. Probably 2 months. I'm guessing, and.
2 weeks or 2 months?
2 months,
2 months.
Imagine. And it was...
So did you go in and fight inland too, or did you stay there on the beach the whole time?
No, I went where they needed snipers. And they didn't ask for me to well, you couldn't spend time on the beach. Anyway, they had tons tons of things to come in and land, and they had more troops coming in. And they didn't mess around. They took that place fast, I thought, and that was it. And then I went back and we had a break. Went back to Hawaiian Islands. And
what islands was it?
Hawaiian Islands. And went back there and stayed in training, and then they
is that what they figured?
I think they dropped. I don't remember if they dropped the bomb yet or not. And the big bomb in Japan, the nuclear bomb. Anyway, I was shipped back to the United States with some of the other guys, and
well, didn't they figure out you were underage or something at that time, or?
No. They sent us all back, and when they figured out that I was underage is when I tried to, when Bean took me to join back up, or when I tried to join back up here in Des Moines. I got in trouble, run around with a bunch of guys, and we got in trouble. Dad lived on 23rd Street, and Dad warned me about that, and told me I was in trouble, and so I went down to the recruiting station. Dad didn't tell me to go there or nothing, but I thought I'd better. And the guys, I was in an Italian neighborhood, and there was not that they were bad, but we were pretty wild, and I went down to the recruiting station after Dad talked to me. That's still in downtown Des Moines.
That's when you got into the Korean?
And I went in there and told a recruiter that I was there took my papers to join the Marine Corps, and this big Marine looked at me and said, he had my papers, and he said, "You're a liar," something like that. He said, the Marine Corps don't want your kind of people in it. And there was a sergeant, an Army sergeant, standing there leaning against the door, which was open. And the guy told me to get my ass out of there now, which I did. And that guy, the big guy that was standing there in the Army, he told me, he says, to come in his office and talk to him a minute or so, and I did, and he sit down at the big desk. He was a big guy. I wish I could remember his name. I think I got